So I was gonna do a get ready with me video because I have a product shoot to do in the next 2 hours. But the weather is all messed up right now, guys. Like, I can't even show you what's going on. Like, it's crazy raining right now. So I already laid out all my makeup products. See, so as you can see, I already laid out all my brushes, my eyeshadow palettes, foundations, everything, guys. Not really everything. This is not all of my makeup, guys. I have so many makeup products that I use, but just that I don't wear makeup all the time. Yeah, a girl can be confused about her foundation shade. That's because sometimes my skin tone changes, so I just decided to buy all the different shades that suits my dark. Let's just go into the video, guys. I'm not doing any get ready with me video today because the weather is not looking great, so I wouldn't really see my face properly. I need natural light, you know. Let's jump into today's video, guys. First off, I want to tender an official apology to all the married people on my channel. No jabs intended to you. I just felt like talking about this issue because I'm sick and tired of it. I've seen one too many instances. I am sick and tired of it. I've had it up to here. I'm done. So let's get into the video. A pertinent question that has been eating up my chest is this, guys. Why do girls change after they get married? What is it about marriage? What is it about that marriage institution that gets girls who used to be fun loving to all of a sudden diminish and drop from ground 100 to ground 0 when they get married? You see men, when they get married, in fact, that is when they start living their best life. But you see women, in fact, it's as if they are in jail. Guys, all these things, all these questions have been plaguing my mind. They've been plaguing my thoughts. Why do people, why do women, why do girls, why do they change after they get married? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. I've listed out a bunch of points that I think might possibly be the cause for this drastic, unwarranted, unnecessary change. So guys, drop your own thoughts in the comment section below. I would really love to know what people think about this matter, because today we want to settle this matter for this channel. I'm gonna first of all put this disclaimer out there that I am not against marriages. I am not against the union in itself. But what I am against is when people become a shadow of themselves as a result of getting married to people. Now, guys, there are a number of factors that are behind all these changes, which I'm going to talk about. But I'm going to talk about how girls behave after they get married. For instance, you see girls who are very, very friendly, who are very, very sweet, who are very, very fun-loving, adventurous with their friends, with their female friends, with their circle. The moment they get married, they become overly serious. Like, guys, I don't know if you have female friends, ladies and gentlemen, men also. If you have female friends who have just recently gotten married, not your female friends who are already married, I'm talking about the ones that you were actually friends with for maybe a year or two, or maybe from childhood. You know that these people are fun-loving people. You know that these people, they are very, very adventurous. They're very, very open-minded. They're very, very sweet people. You know, they have crazy perspectives to things, to life. The moment they get married, hey, it's as if they just wear this armor of defense, bagam. They become overly serious. They become overly touchy, sensitive. They take things too much to heart. You know, so you can't even have a simple joke with your friend anymore. They start giving you this air of, oh, I am married now. I need to be this way. I need to comport myself in a certain kind of way. When you are trying to share the same jokes that used to make you people laugh as single girls, right? And you try to share that same joke with them now that they are married, they look at you like, this one does not have sense. And then they start giving you advice like they are the best in the world. They start giving you advice like, ah, babe, you need to start thinking about settling down. No, this one that you are single like this, it does not pay. Like, babe, shut the fuck, like, shut up. We were in this boat of being singlehood, like this singlehood boat. We're in this singlehood boat together, not long ago. So where is all this form of seriousness coming from? Like, guys, that is the first kind of behavior that really puts me off from all these girls that just got married. I'm serious, guys. Like, it's really, really irritating. Like, it's really overbearing. They make you feel like, oh, you that you are single, you are a very, very unserious person. But me that I'm married, I am now very serious. I have an organization to take care of. Hey, guys, family is now an organization to take care of, which is right anyways. But then I feel like they do it too much. They do too much. The second way that they behave, guys, sorry, I jotted them down so that I don't forget, because there's a lot of them. The second way that they behave is they act overly responsible, and then they make their single friends feel like they're completely irresponsible. Guys, this one kills me the hell off. On a normal day, you have a single friend, you just tell your friend, hey babe, have fun now, oh yeah, let's just go and check this thing out, and they're like, oh, let's go, let's have fun. Hey, the moment they get married, they will start using the hobby pseudonym. Sorry, I don't know what my husband will have to say about that. Oh, sorry, I don't know what my hubby will say about that. Oh, I don't know what Frank is going to say about that. Like, bitch, shut up. Like, guys, this is so freaking annoying. They give you the air of, oh, now that I am married, I am so responsible. I am so responsible for myself and for my husband. Like, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Like, shut up. Like, guys, it's so annoying. They now start making you that is single feel like this one, you have a long way to go. You understand, guys? Like, it's so really irritating. That's another way they behave. The other way that they also behave is, guys, they sadly abandon their single friends. Like, women, why do we always do that? Why are we our own problem? Why are we our own problem? We abandon our single friends. And why do we abandon our single friends? And we no longer think the same way. And our conversations are always about single guys dating and other things. So we no longer share things in common. Girl, shut the hell up. Shut up. At the end of the day, when you have things you want to talk about, oh, my husband made me upset, should be it's the same single friends that you come and be looking for to come and give you listening ears. I mean, what the hell is the point? When you get married, you know, you used to have really cool single friends, and all of a sudden you abandon all of them, all in the name of, I want to start acting like a married woman now. I want to please my husband. I want to fit into the role perfectly of a married woman. Like, it doesn't freaking make sense. I've seen a lot of girls, you know, who used to be single girls, and then they get married, and all of a sudden, guys, there's this wall. They just use cement, then use cement, use super glue, gum the wall, gum everything, like no go area. I am now married. I am no longer single. Don't come close to me and my husband. And guys, the most irritating part is they start having this feeling and these stupid ideas that if they allow their single friends into their homes, or they allow their single friends get too close to them, their single friends might snatch their husband from them. Women, why are we so messed up? Ladies, why are we so messed up? Who did this to us? Who did this to us? Like, why are we so messed up? Why do we always use our own hands to create problems for ourselves? Like, guys, this is such a deep situation. It's a very terrible situation. I know I'm making it seem funny, but guys, it's actually serious. Like, seriously, guys, it's crazy. It doesn't really make sense. Another way that they behave is they lose all their sense of self to please their husband, their in-laws, and to please society as well. That is where you see a single girl who used to be very fashionable, who used to be very confident, who used to be very outspoken, who used to be very open-minded, who used to be very, I'm sorry to say, overly smart in thinking. When she gets married, she becomes very subdued. Guys, this is a reality check. When she comes out to her friends, she tries to give them the air of, oh, I am now the missus in this clique. You guys are not the missus. You guys are not Mrs. Somebody. I am now Mrs. Somebody. You know? But in their homes, guys, they become overly subdued. Now, guys, let's not mistake humility for subservience. Yeah? There's a very thin line between humility and subservience. And the sad truth is, when a lot of girls get married, they become married women, they cross that line from being very humble to being extremely subservient. Yeah, that's when you start hearing that, oh, if my husband does not say this, I will not do it. If my husband does not give his go ahead, I will not do this. Guys, I'm not saying that married women should be rebellious, but then, how dare you? How dare you lose that awesomeness that makes you who you are, all in the name of trying to fit into that role of being the perfect wife, of being the perfect married woman according to societal standards. Like, it is so freaking flawed. It's a very flawed narrative that people, women generally that are getting married, or young girls that are getting married, they should learn to remove that thing from their mind. Guys, don't mind what you are seeing on social media these days. Social media is very deceptive, I've seen a lot of stories on Instagram, where women will come and be forming strong woman. Oh, I am a woman of my own. I am a captain of my own ship. Oh, whatever I say, hobby does. Guys, there was this particular woman that I follow on social media. She was always giving the air of, hey, I am the this, I am the bad bitch, I am the this, I am the that. Guys, guess what? Years back, somebody, an acquaintance, took me for the birthday party of this woman's husband. Guys, when I got to their compound, I will not freaking lie to you, this woman's husband just saw me. You don't know me from anywhere. He was hitting on me. I was walking around the compound, people were doing dancing, pool party and all. This man cornered me to one side and was telling me we should go and do a quickie inside his house. And I'm like, what the freaking hell? Under your roof, your wife is here, your kids are here. Like, are you fucking, like, are you kidding me? Are you for real right now? And the man said, don't mind my wife. She knows what I am doing. She understands what I do. She doesn't really care. She's not bothered. I'm like, hey, where am I? Somebody rescue me out of this place. This place is freaking weird. And the man was like, nah, you see, it was like literally showing me like some girls that the wife invited for the birthday party and said that, oh, at the end of the night, you can have an orgy with those girls. He now said, but you're very special. I just want to have only you. But don't worry, my wife won't say anything. I'm like, God forbid. Guys, the way me and that person looked for Uber that night, all the way from Kiniko, we go house, so it was 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. We went home. Like, guys, some people, some women are so weird. And I was looking at this woman while we were waiting for Uber, and I felt so sorry for her, because on Instagram, what you see, she's one of these powerful Lagos socialites, you know, looking all bougie, carrying G-Wagon, carrying expensive cars here and there, you know. By the end of the day, when I heard the husband spew trash from his mouth, and I'm like, oh my goodness, so is this what these people are actually doing in this house? Is this what this kind of marriage is all about? Guys, don't get me wrong, I know that marriages are different, but then it's really, really sad when women get married and then all in the name of, I don't want to offend my husband, I don't want to offend my in-laws, I don't know what society is going to think of me, they now subdue themselves. All the rubbish that they cannot tolerate on a normal day, all the nonsense that they cannot take from normal people. Okay, I'm not saying my people are abnormal, no, but all the nonsense that they cannot take from other people on a normal day, you see them, they swallow all the bullshit. Nah, not in this zone. Not in this zone. So after much deliberations with my alter ego, I came up with another list of reasons why girls change once they get married. Because for every cause or for every reaction, there's actually a causation. Yeah, English grammar, oh glory, now I want to sound like Aristotle. Yes, for everything that happens, there's actually a cause effect. There's actually a causation. And these are my reasons. Number one, the reason why girls change when they become married women is because they want to fit into the married women class. Now guys, I've mentioned this before when I was doing my YouTube live stream on Saturday. I said that society is a makeup of men and women, beliefs, traditions, cultural norms, and all whatnot, you know, that created strictly for people to follow. And unfortunately, 90% of the time, women fall victims to most of these crazy norms that have been created by society, you know. And sometimes I feel like men are the ones that literally enjoy, you know, the advantages of most of these norms the most. So guys, in society, I don't know about other parts of the world, but in this here country, Nigeria, there's this crazy married women class. Inside that class, there are statuses. There are those ones that are strong married women. There are those ones that they are still learning because you are not straight, you are not serious. If you want to show that you are a married woman, there's a certain way that you walk, there's a certain way that you talk, there's a certain way you carry yourself, there's a certain way you air your views, there's a certain way you approach matters. Guys, there is an invisible mental restriction to the mindset of the female, that when you get married, if you used to be very carefree, highly spirited, very vocal, this is how you should now be. You should now be very calm. And And that is where you will hear your parents tell you that, you know, as a married woman, you should not sound like this. As a married woman, there's a certain way you speak. As a married woman, you should just be quiet. And guys, I'm like, why the freaking hell is it that when men get married, that is when they are overly vocal? That is when they become more authoritative. That is when they become extremely dominant. Because when you have an encounter with a married man, let's say in a bank or on a queue, you know, and the first thing he tells you is that, do you know how many people I am in charge of? Do you know how many people I am responsible for? And guys, it's so sad that this thing happens a lot, even in offices. You find out that married men are even paid. Sometimes married men earn more salary. Married men earn more salary than single women or even married women. And what is the stupid reason? Okay, these men are married, so they have a lot of mouths to feed. So guys, and it's so disgusting, because regardless of the fact that a single woman or even just a normal woman, right, puts in a lot of time and effort into doing her job, into being extremely productive and adding value to the company where she works, they do not really recognize that. Instead, they would rather pay a married man who is just doing his job on a regular day. Why? All because of the sentimental reason that he has many mouths to feed. So guys, this is how messed up this whole situation is, guys. And you know, I thought about it and I'm like, okay, somehow to some extent I can understand why girls, you know, try to fit in to that married women class, married women caucus. But then on the flip side, it's really annoying, because they make the single girls, us single girls, they make us feel like this one, people are non-entities. This one, people don't have sense. This one, people don't want to grow up. Like, guys, sometimes they say it, sometimes they don't really say it. Their attitude speaks all the volumes that we need to hear. So it's really annoying, but that is the sad truth. Another reason why I think that that girls change when they become married women is because they try to look, speak and act the married woman part. I think I mentioned it into the first point. And guys, this is actually a fact. You see a girl that used to be very experimental with the way she looks, that used to be very adventurous with her outfits, that used to be very free and, you know, liberal with the way she travels around the world or does things for herself and for people around her. The moment she gets married, it just like they use cage, them lock her inside cage, throw away the key, or then go put the key for on top free. Joy be say person we no talk, and yeah, no go fit touch him. Like, guys, listen, this is not me saying that when you get married, don't be committed, don't go into a partnership agreement with your spouse. I am not saying any of that. I am just saying that this is actually a reality that's happening. Those of you who are married, I'm sure that a lot of you can actually attest to the fact. Don't hide your mouth. I know you might want to say, oh no, to some extent, no, but let's be very realistic. This happens a lot. You see women, they start dressing a certain kind of way. Like the way I'm dressing right now, guys. I can't remember the last time I saw a married woman dressing like this. If I thought they dress, maybe not just to take picture on Instagram, but in the actual real life, that is why you see that girls that used to like wearing trousers, now only skirts they will come to wear when they're married. Girls that used to like wearing spaghetti tops, when they get married, now only long sleeve they go they wear, and utter neck, tot neck. In fact, make their neck not show. And guys, as I've said earlier, guys, don't allow social media deceive you. Sorry guys, but this is what it is. On social media, you are gonna see a bunch of nonsense, a bunch of things, and the actual fact is, a lot of married men do not even know that their wives operate social media. So what happens is, most women, they find that expression, that self-expression, that self-adventure, self-expression and self-liberty on social media platforms. What they cannot do in their marital homes, they find self-expression on social media, which is really sad, because I don't see any reason why marriage should restrict me for being who I am and being who I want to be, or even expressing myself the way I want. That doesn't mean I'm going to be irresponsible to my husband or to my family. That does not mean I'm going to be irresponsible to my kids when I give birth to them. So why are things this way? For me, it doesn't really make sense. But guys, this is a sad fact. Women want to dress in a certain way, they want to look a certain way, they want to speak a certain way, they don't want to talk too much, so they don't come off as being boisterous or too vocal or being arrogant or rude, because that is the next word that people point at. Oh, should they talk like this, and you call yourself a married woman? Like, how the freaking hell should a married woman talk? Like, being a married woman does not take away the humane part of you. It does not mean that you should not be able to express yourself when something happens. It does not mean that you shouldn't have an opinion or a perspective about certain situations in life. It does not mean that. So guys, I feel like this is the pressure that girls who turn married women have to go through. There is already a structure. There's already a strata. So in order for them to inculcate or initiate themselves into that structure, they have to speak, talk, act, walk, and dress in a certain kind of way, which is the married woman way. Number 3 reason is the pressure to act like a wife. Now, this one is mainly for the husband and for the in-laws. Guys, let me not lie to you, it's very disgusting. When you were boyfriend and girlfriend with a guy and your head they hot, the guy go they say, this is your madness, I like it. Pepper my life, bring me pepper. The moment you get married and you still are the same way you are, your husband is the first person that will start pointing to you. Is this how a married woman behaves? You should not behave like that. A married woman should act in a certain way. A married woman should be like this. Your husband is the first person that will start giving you rules, regulations, guidelines, laws, indictments, embargoes. What else is a law term, guys? Your husband is the first person that starts giving you restrictions on how you should act and behave as a married woman or as a wife. Your husband tells you, you are my wife, so you should not be like this. So imagine when you were still dating somebody, and when something happens, let's say the guy cheats on you, and you get upset and break up with the guy, and then the guy comes back later to beg, then you people now come back together. You people now get married, the guy cheats on you again, and you now start getting angry. Guys, the next thing that really comes out from this nasty mouth is, you are my wife. You should be able to condone all my excesses. You should be able to take all my bullshit. You should be able to do blah, 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 blah. Is that the problem that I have to face in this marriage institution? Somebody please enlighten me. It is not being funny anymore. Like, guys, this is very, very annoying, and it's an actual fact. It is a fact. When you are married, people start expecting you to behave how a wife should behave. They give you rules and guidelines and regulations. A wife should not be quick to anger. A wife should not be too vocal. A wife should be subdued to her husband. A wife should respect her husband. Guys, when they say respect does not mean respect is reciprocal in that regard. Respect means when your husband is saying something, you don't even want to argue for peace to reign. When your husband is upset, you have to be quiet for peace to reign. When your husband is getting angry, when your husband says he doesn't want this, when people are supposed to make a decision together, you're supposed to agree with your husband for peace to reign. How in the actual hell do you people expect me to take all this bullshit, and then when I want to get married, I should not come and start living in that regard? It not go work. Like curly work. If I'm gonna get married to someone and the person does not like me being who I am, I'm sorry, it's not gonna work out. I'm not gonna come into a marriage and instead of me to enjoy the marriage, I start enduring, all in the name of act like a wife, be like a married woman. That is total bull's crap, and I'm not going to stand for it. And guys, as I said, it is usually the husband that first creates that stigma for the woman. It is usually the husband that first stereotypes the woman into that class, into that role of act like a wife. So now you're automatically saying your wife should not have self-expression. Your wife should not act like who she normally would act like. All because she has to act like a wife according to your standard and according to societal standards. And then the husband does not help matters. The in-laws are also there. Guys, let me not lie to you. You see, in-laws, they're another topic for another day. I don't even want to go there. Anyways, guys, another reason why I feel girls act or girls change when they become married is the pressure to act like a good mother. I don't know, but on Facebook, I've seen a lot of mothers club, married women's club, and nursing mothers club. I'm not saying those things are not good. They're actually really, really good because there's a lot of helpful information, for the newly married woman. They give you a lot of information on how to prepare you for pregnancy, for taking care of your children, for antenatal, prenatal, postnatal, all those plenty information, which is amazing. But then my sister added me to one of those groups, and guys, I was very disgusted. They start telling you that, oh, as a good mother, you should do this and that. If your husband does not do this, don't blame your husband though. Don't disturb your husband though. He has a lot of things on his mind. His own is he's thinking of how to take care of the family. You focus on how to be a good mother. I'm like, so because I have to be a good mother now, every other interest and aspirations that I have in this life, they just need to die. Seriously, why did I freaking have to die? Because I have to be a good mother. You know, guys, I don't want to dwell too much on this so people will not think that Glory is anti-marriage or anti-motherhood. I am not anti any of those things, but I'm not going to dwell on it. But you guys get the picture. You guys understand what I'm trying to say. And for me, I feel like it's just really, really discouraging for us who are not yet married, because when we see all these things happening, we tend to question the validity of marriage. We tend to question the institution of marriage that come. If this is how it is it worth even going into it in the first place? You know, we tend to ask ourselves those questions. And for me at this point in time, guys, I leave it the way it is. I'm not going to say anything anymore. Okay, guys, so the next point is the pressure to impress their spouse, or their in-laws or society. This is generally connected to the point where I said, you know, the pressure to act like a wife, yeah, in order for them to impress their husbands and prove to their husbands that, oh, I will no longer act like a girlfriend. Now that I'm now your wife, I can act like a wife. I can act like a married woman. I can show you that I can manage a home. Oh yes, and there's this nonsense thing that they say, oh, women manages a home, women are the managers of a home. It's not nonsense, but it's actually a reality. And then from reality, it has become something, some sort of a stigma etched into the brain of all married women, that, oh, you need to impress your husband, you need to impress your in-laws, you need to impress society. So when your husband gives you money, for instance, to take care of the house, and the money is not enough, people expect you to not even talk. And then when your husband does something, your husband pisses you off, pushes you to the brink, they say that your silence shows how trained, how well trained and groomed you are, how well prepared you are for marriage. I'm like, I should not be suffering emotional abuse. I should not now be suffering sometimes physical abuse, all in the name of I want to impress and prove to my husband, to my in-laws, and to society that I can generally take the brunt, the heat, and the joys of marriage. For me, that's bull's crap. Absolute nonsense. And this is why a lot of women, they suffer from physical violence, domestic violence, emotional abuse, mental abuse in their marriages, but all because they are afraid of the stigma that society has in wait for them. They are afraid of what their in-laws will say. They are afraid of what people will say generally, even their husbands. They keep quiet and take all the domestic violence. They keep quiet and take all the emotional abuse. They keep quiet and take all the nonsense that comes with being married to this particular person. Right? They are afraid of separation, they are afraid of divorce, they are afraid of a lot of things. They start thinking, oh my god. Sometimes some of them don't even think about what will I fall back on if I leave this marriage. Some of them, that's the only thing that they think of. Oh, what will people say? So in order for them to prove that they were made for this, they were born to be a wife, they keep quiet and take all the brunt of being married or being in an abusive marriage. For me, that is absolute nonsense. Women, wash your brain. Like, use IPO, wash your brain. Remove all that bullshit. All those stupid narratives, they need to change. Another reason why I feel that women or girls change when they get married is because they want to impress their single friends. Of course, they've already created this stupid impression right from the onset that, oh, you are now the single ones, I am now the married one, so I need to teach you guys how to be responsible, I need to teach you guys how to be a good wife, I need to teach you guys how to be a good mother, I need to teach you guys how to take care of the home, blah 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 blah. So unconsciously, pride begins to come into the picture without them knowing it. It's a very, very crazy process, you know. Sometimes they don't even notice it's happening, but then that's when you begin to see a lot of girls complain about their married friends, like, oh, this one, since she got married, she's now carrying herself as if she's better than us. Guys, don't blame those girls. They're not being jealous. It is what they see, and it is a reality. It is what happens, you know. But the downside to that is these married women, they've created a problem for themselves, because when they have issues in their homes, when they have issues in their marriages, instead of them to talk to those girls who are actually single and still living their best life, or probably just living their lives, and their eyes are still clear, no scales are on their eyelids, though, so they can still see life for what it is. Because I'm sorry guys, I feel like when women get married, they become blind and really, really myopic to the bigger picture. Yeah, because they tend to associate more with married women, and the married women that they associate more with, those ones keep and constantly advise them that if you leave your marriage, what will you do? If you leave your marriage, what will you do? So those ones, they are now advocates for societal norms of be a good wife, be a good mother, right? So they cannot talk to their actual genuine friends who has known them for long, who has known them for a long time, for ages, and really understands who they really are. So because of that, they stay in abusive marriages. They are confused, they are dejected, they are depressed, they are frustrated, they have a lot of problems, but they cannot actually talk to people who really know them for who they are, you know. And then they go and see marriage counselors. Marriage counselors are now the ones that will also be telling them. Marriage counselors represent the society anyways. They will not start telling them, don't leave your marriage, oh. If you leave your marriage, oh, you don't know what's going to happen. Like guys, I feel like this is all a flawed system. Women need to start advising themselves on what is best for them, right? On what is best for them, because it doesn't really make sense. At the end of the day, you matter. Your marriage matters, oh guys. As I have said 1 million times on this video, I am not anti-marriage or anti-childbearing or anything, but I would rather remain single than go into a relationship or a union that would make me become a shadow of my real self, that would make me become a shadow of my actual self. I would rather go into a marriage or a relationship that would build me into becoming a better person, not through fire and brimstone, not through domestic violence, not through emotional abuse, but through joint effort, but through love, through chastisement in love, through beauty, through grace, through elegance. Yeah, it's not like me saying that life does not have its ups and downs. Life will have its ups and downs, but the ups and downs should not come from me becoming a shadow of myself or emotional or psychological abuse, guys. I guess you guys really understand what I'm saying. But anyways guys, I'm really excited that I've vented out my frustrations about this matter on here. I know I'm going to marry very soon, or one day in the future. When I get married, I probably will come and do a follow-up video regarding this, on how it feels to be a married woman. For now, I cannot say how it feels to be a married woman because I am not married, you know. So hopefully in the future, when I get married, I will come and do a follow-up video on this to give another perspective from a married woman's perspective on how I feel, you know, married women behave and why they behave the way they behave. More reasons to come. So guys, that's all for this particular episode of Frankly Speaking with Glory. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Have an amazing day. Bye.